Hi, my name is Caitlin Castro. This is an extra credit assignment for Dane Ramshaw's Ed Studies 220 class, Beginning Applications in Educational Technology. This report is on sustainability in education. So with that said, let's get going. I've had access to a working computer and internet access for as long as I can remember. Specifically, I remember being the creative and innovative student in elementary school who would use clip art and word art for all of my assignments. My parents and grandparents were always impressed that I could create beautiful images just by using a machine with ease and poise. I also recall the shift of technology in relationship to school assignments. When I was in middle school, all of my research papers had to have book citations only, with the warning that many online sources were not reliable. In high school, the research assignments were a sort of hybrid between half book sources and half online sources. However, my classmates and I were never taught on what counted as a reliable source, as our teachers often could not tell the difference. Currently, as a junior in college, all of my classes require the sources to be found primarily online. No longer are the days of researching materials with books from the public library. Due to the increase of technology, many students are required to use the internet for many of their assignments. However, a 2010 survey from the National Telecommunications and Information Administration found that 22% of households with school-aged children did not have broadband at home. This means that 19 million Americans, especially those in rural areas, don't have access to broadband in their communities. Many teachers who work at a Title I school do not have the funds to allot to cutting-edge technology programs. Some school districts, such as one in Pinconning, Michigan, were able to buy smartphones and tablets for 100 fifth graders. With the recent auto industry crash, the impoverished school district can no longer afford to buy even the discounted phones and tablets. As a result, they had to shy away a little bit from the internet and homework assignments, said Superintendent Michael Vio. Typically, low-income students attend Title I schools, where at least 40% of a school's students must be from low-income families who qualify under the United States Census definition of low income, according to the U.S. Department of Education. Some of these students additionally qualify for free and reduced lunches, and many of them do not have access to the internet or even a computer at home. Some students are able to afford cheaper smartphones and tablets, yet many students are forced to study at places such as Starbucks or McDonald's, where free Wi-Fi is offered. With the lack of technology, the dropout rate has skyrocketed to a devastating degree. As of 2009, the dropout rate for low-income students was 5 times greater than the high-income counterparts, 7.4% compared with 1.4%. As more low-income students drop out and show a general disinterest in the mundane curriculum offered by instructors, many teachers result in a form of professional paralysis, which is when challenges arise, such as students unwilling to learn or negative gossip between faculty members. Teachers become stuck in their career and lose interest in creating innovating curriculum. Many teachers have been searching for grants and donations from a site called DonorsChoose.org, an online charity that helps students in need. Public schools teachers post classroom project requests on the website, and people are able to donate any amount towards a project of their choosing. Every donator gets a letter from the teacher, photos of how the project is improving, and a cost report of exactly where the money was spent. One example of a teacher utilizing the website is Mr. Hall from Salem, Oregon, and his 8th grade classroom. He teaches at a low-income school that is just below the percentage to receive additional funding for technology. While he offers a BYOD, bring your own device environment in his classroom, many of his students cannot afford the technology needed to succeed in his class. To combat the problem, he is asking for investors to donate money to purchase Android tablets for students in his classroom. He specifically chose Android tablets due to the low cost and because Android tablets will not need to be replaced as quickly as an Apple iPad. Currently, Mr. Hall is 50% towards completion of his goal. Jenna Barclay also has low-income students, yet found a low-cost way to bridge the digital divide for her students who cannot access the much-needed technology utilized in the real world. Some of her suggestions included a tabletop blog, where students write opinions about a book or idea on a piece of notebook paper, and students walk around reading, reviewing, while leaving sticky note comments. She also suggested creating a class wiki about the book, The Call of the Wild, using butcher paper, crayons, colored pencils, and markers. The same Common Core standards were met as a teacher who had a BYOD classroom and used the latest and greatest technology. Barclay only used the computer lab when it was available, yet found over time that the computer was merely a tool with the same educational value as butcher paper and crayons. She says, I realized that it wasn't technology that was coming between students and those in wealthier schools. It was me. The injustice, the hypocrisy, the outrage I felt towards every person and situation I could blame for the school's lack of technology couldn't compare to the guilt I felt when I realized that it was me, all along, holding my students back and contributing to the gap that already existed. In conclusion, regardless of how technology is rapidly changing, there will always be a digital divide between students living in affluent communities versus Title I schools. Currently, this divide is forcing students to do homework in McDonald's while snacking on French fries. Teachers are begging for equal access to technology, and teachers are left to make do without technology at all. Thank you so much for listening to my presentation. Have a good rest of your day.